ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We got a good one. If you guys don't know what this is, fuck you. Aries Spears, boy Andy, they got their own podcast. You guys call it
Spears and Steinberg.
Spears and Steinberg. It's a dope podcast too. Very similar. They're not politically correct. Neither are we, as you saw for the intro. I don't believe in all that woke sissy shit. Like I said earlier, I laugh when I hear you because you always say people call you old head or this, that, and the other. I get the same shit. Like, oh, you're just not down with times. You're just a jerk or blah, blah, blah. That's not true. So, real quick, we went to your guys' improv Thursday night.
Yep.
And I've been there a few times, and the last time I was there, I saw Mike Epps. Was a good set. But there wasn't but maybe a sprinkle of white people in there. It was all minorities. And when I got there Thursday, I sat down, I looked at him and everybody, I was like, did they know he's black? Like, every motherfucker in here is white. But Irvine, like Orange County, not like, like, I don't know what they're in for. Like, is he,
Oh, that's amazing to me. I mean, you know, like Mike is so, Mike's been in so many movies and so many different projects. I would automatically assume his audience is major crossover. Yeah. So I'm like, where did all these black people come from?
Bro, and that's why I'm interested because some of my friends that were with us that night are planning to go back tonight to watch because they want to see the difference in demographic. I said, look, man, me as growing up, my parents had to work every day. They couldn't go out during the week and go to a show, right? So maybe if you're a little more privileged, you can. I don't know if that's having anything to play into it, but I'm interested to see a weekend. Like, hey, baby, we're going to have to ask a babysitter, and we're going to go see the show. So I'm interested to see what the difference in demographic will be tonight versus at the random Thursday night. But we were at our table, we were laughing so fucking hard from the jump with you. Like I had a sore throat the next day. I was laughing so hard. So I didn't hear all the ooh and oh. So when you were stopping and saying, man, y'all some fucking tight ass people. Like, why stop being so sensitive? I'm like, wait, what's he talking about? We're laughing, we're having fun. And then I stopped laughing, kind of like observed the room. Right. And then I heard you had said something and like, oh man, you got a helmet on your head about the homeboy's turban or whatever it was. And everyone was like, and you're like, wait, man, you soften up. I'm like, I didn't get it. And then you started hearing some people yell out, and I was like, and to watch you go from the show to kind of like, fuck it.
Right.
I'm a freehand this shit. And then it was like watching an artist paint, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't planned jokes. You literally went off the cuff and you just went in on the room.
Right.
And that was pretty dope to see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, fuck, man. We had just prior to were in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And you know, I always tell people, of all the places to perform, I love the Floridas. But Jacksonville, out of, you know, like Miami, Orlando, West Palm, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville is probably the least favorite of mine. Just because in comparison to. And it was like, but that energy in Jacksonville was so fun. And listen, I usually have a good time at Irvine, but because we're just coming off of Jacksonville and that fun energy, that tightness just was like, you felt it. You fucking felt it.
Yeah.
Where it was just like, you know, even, and listen, I think that my cocaine is a little bit stronger than Andy's. Andy's cocaine is strong, but I think I'm a little bit, and the fact that people were during his shit, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, no,
I
for sure.
knew I was gonna be like, this is gonna be like taking a tough doo-doo, nigga. It's gonna be straining. Yeah. You know, and it's just not fun when it's like that. It's not fun, man. It's not fun.
I could imagine. I was super excited again to see you do shit off the cuff and just be you and talk shit because I'm the same. Here in my own gym, I sometimes have to be careful, you know, because I encourage my fighters, but I'm hard on people. Man, stop being a pussy. Fucking little bitch, go. Stop being a girl.
Right.
And what is that supposed to mean? Because a girl, oh, fucking Christ.
Jesus.
I'm not saying girls are bad. I'm saying this giant 240-pound professional fighter doesn't want to be compared to a girl. So I'm motivating him. It's nothing to do with you. It's not personal. Right. Shut up. Take a chill pill. Right. Calm down. Yeah. So there were some jokes I was looking forward to, and I was like, man, And then you right at the end, you threw it in there for me. I was like, yes, because I'm a huge fan of the impression. So when you the voices, when you were saying about the Indian voice being the worst accent ever, I was like, bro, I fucking facts. But my favorite one is when you do the English accent, like, you want to go back to my flat and fuck a little bit? I was like, hey, bro, that's so clutch. And then you went in, I was like, yeah, I got my joke. Cool, we're good.
Nice.
But yeah, it was cool to see you do that. It just sucks that you have to do that. And the fact that you had to open up with a disclaimer, guys, this is what we're doing. We're having fun. It's jokes. Don't take it. It's not.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't normally open up with a disclaimer, but when there's little things that I do in the beginning, and Aries.
Play a little closer. Sorry. You're good, bro.
And Aries knows this too. Aries knows that I do this. There's things I do in the beginning that kind of gives you a clue to how the audience is going to react to you. And so, like, when I get off stage and Aries will be like, hey, that didn't hit, I know what we're in for. Because we just have things that we know works.
Yeah, facts.
And so here, there's a lot of things. And I think I said that you guys are very careful is how I described them.
Yeah.
Just extremely careful. Because, and I'm going to tell this about this Irvine Club that's different. And I don't know if Aries will agree with this, but like when we were in Jacksonville, most people keep the room a little darker. And when the room is real lit and you can see everybody's face, that makes people self-conscious about, am I supposed to laugh at this? And then last night, we were talking about the lack of diversity in the room. And when I say diversity, I mean black folks in the room. And since there was no black folks, very few black folks in the room, certain jokes, the white folks are looking, are we allowed to laugh at this? Are we allowed to laugh at it?
Yeah.
So it's a very careful room is the way that I would describe this room. And when it's like that, it's not fun because we're here to make as I said this, I say on stage, we're here to take the worst part of life, shake that shit up, send it out, and we all laugh at it together so we can get through this shit together. That's what comedy's supposed to get to do for you, to provide you a little light in some horrible shit.
Yeah.
And for some reason, some people, it's just so. At the end of the night, last night, a lady wanted to take a picture, and then the other lady looked at me and goes, well, ask him first, is that okay? Is he okay with you taking a picture? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with you. I'm standing out here. I'm okay with you taking.
Yeah.
But why are you asking in a way like make sure that his space is so sensitive that you're here. You came to the show. We're doing pictures. That's what we're out here to do. The way they say it, you can feel the concern and just everybody. Like we're all so delicate that we're gonna break at any moment.
Oh fuck no.
But the thing is though. They want to, though.
Yeah.
Like, deep down, they want to. The crazy part is, why am I pulling this out of you?
Right.
Why are you making me, like, you want to fuck me? Pull your panties down. Why are you fighting me?
No, stop. Stop.
Like, and it's
Did you say yes?
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's just, but that's probably the most gratifying part is when you know it and you have to fight them, which sucks. But once you get them going, you're like, yeah. Like, once you get them in that spot, then they're happy they're there. Because they're like, yeah, this does feel good.
Yeah, I can loosen the fuck up.
I can say this. Yes. I can think this. It's like when he said they're careful. It's like if you're looking around going, can I laugh at this because he's saying nigga or because he's doing racial jokes or talking about Martin Luther King, I got to look and see if I could laugh. If black people are laughing. Ain't no niggas in the room. Yeah, you can laugh. That's especially telling you can laugh. Yeah. You're looking for permission that you don't need.
Yeah, but you're the one saying it. You are the minority. If I make a fat joke, I don't expect to make a fat joke and someone be like, "Oh my god, that's so sensitive." Like, don't. No, I said it. I'm laughing. You can laugh too, right? Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's a weird thing to me.
It's a new way of feeling like you're making a difference.
That stuff. Yep. I don't want to go into politics or that shit, but it's a form of identity politics. My experience, this is my truth, right? Which is everyone's shit these days, and it stresses me out because it has nothing to do with most people, but they feel they want to speak on behalf of these people,
exactly,
right?
Because they want to be the good people.
Correct, and that shit, man. Yeah.
There's a comedian, Chris DiStefano. And I was watching a clip that he had out, and I think he's a very funny guy, but he was talking about being, I think, in Washington State. Yeah, it was in Seattle, and he ordered a coffee black. And the girl goes, "You mean a coffee with no cream?" And he goes, "Isn't that the same thing as a coffee black?" And he goes, "No." She goes, "Coffee black's not the same thing as no." Don't you think black is a little harsh? So how do you get to Black coffee is
Because it's in their head. They're thinking.
there. Yeah, and
Yep.
what I said to somebody before, if you think that saying black coffee is harsh, that means that you think black is less than, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
You've made that equation in your own head, and now black coffee is something you can't say because you made black something that it's not.
Yeah. What you did that in your show too. You said, like in your version of the skit,
Oh,
no babies were killed and shit.
Yeah, nobody's died in mine or your head. Other people that laughed at it.
Correct. Which it wasn't. It was a funny ass joke. I was laughing, and then when you said that, I looked around the room and there was like a bunch of faces. Like,
Yeah, but all of you that didn't laugh, they killed the babies in their head. 'Cause it's what's going on in their fucking head.
Yeah.
People have a problem with what's going on in here, and I think people need some help. I really think that we're getting to the point where you overprotected, so now you need help for whatever's going on inside there.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's almost baffling because you want to say, how did we get here? We know how we got here, from Me Too movement to political correctness. But the idea that somehow people are going to a comedy club with a protection, a guard of political correctness and wokeness, and it's like that's the one place where none of that applies. That's like, again, I always tell people, that's like going to a strip club and you're offended because it's titties.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That is the sole purpose as a man as to why you're going.
Correct.
You want to see naked women.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you marry comedy and political correctness and wokeness when it's supposed to be like, this is the one place you go to where you leave all that shit outside.
Right.
You leave all that at the door. This is an escape. And that's amazing to me. Like, again, I know how we got there, but I can't believe that we're there. Like, that just makes no sense to me.
I think social media is a huge piece of it because now they get to post and get likes and views.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, hey, oh my God, feel bad or love me because I'm speaking on behalf of every person. You're not every person. This is your version of your story that you're telling, and you want people to feel bad. Like, we had a shooting over here, literally probably 10 miles from here, less than that, right? And unfortunately, a gentleman died. And I couldn't tell you. There was people from this gym that were posting, oh my God, he was a doctor at the hospital I go to, and posting about going to the vigil and all this shit. I was like, but you didn't know him. You had nothing to do with this person. I understand feeling bad and that sucks, and I get all that. But why are you going and posting, taking pictures, doing all these things that have nothing to do with you or your family or anyone that you knew? But you want the response. You want the like. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss and blah, blah. All the attention you're trying to seek from it is fucked up. It has nothing to do with you.
A lot of virtual singling is being done so that
That's
you
the
can
word.
so that you can feel good about yourself. It shouldn't make you feel good about yourself, and people should stop pretending when you say things like black is harsh or no cream. Fix the problem. Don't fix these things that have nothing to do with the problem. Fix the problems, and then we can go back to comedy shows and have a good time.
Yeah.
You wanna make everybody feel good. You don't want to fix the problem. You want to make yourself feel good. You don't want to fix the problem. But you're gonna do everything else but fix the fucking problem. Fix the problems.
This device is the biggest blessing and curse at the same time.
100%.
The technology in terms of what we can do. This phone is having a fucking whatever you want, a library, a porn star, a fucking phone book. You got everything right here in the palm of your hand. And it's like
Changes work.
social media it's addictive. And yeah, it can provide you all kinds of visual stimulants and pleasure. That's why everybody's doing this all fucking day. But it also is dangerous because it's giving everybody a voice now.
Yeah.
With TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, everybody has a stage now.
Yeah.
And the truth is, everybody don't deserve a stage. Some people
100%.
need to shut the fuck up. Some people should not be seen.
I agree with you.
And I mean, listen, there's some things I see on social media that I go, oh, that made me laugh, or that's interesting, or I like that, or this person, but again, to longevity, to maintain a career, if this is really what you're trying to do, it goes beyond the phone. This is a real commitment. This is a real lifestyle. For a lot of these people, it's 15 minutes of fame.
Right.
And again, that's entertaining while you're waiting in an airport or you're waiting at a bus stop.
Because you're doing the work.
Right, or you're sitting on the toilet taking a shit. But the problem is these people are trying to make careers out of 15 minutes and they don't have the talent.
Right.
They don't have the sustaining power. And it's just everybody's got a voice. Everybody's got an opinion. So now it's like we have to respect everybody's chance. And it's like life was just a little bit better when people weren't so connected. You know, we're being oversaturated with all of this shit. And it's just like, oh my God, give me a fucking break.
Today, I was, my phone went off and vibrated, so some information came on my phone. And we're all getting these vibrations, these notifications of everything that's happening, right? And this is not to demean anybody, but Oprah Winfrey's father, I think your grandfather died. I don't know that I needed to know that. I mean, I feel for Oprah, and if Oprah's important in my life, maybe I read a magazine article or know about her, but I don't need to know every detail that's happening in the world right now. And I'm not trying to make Oprah's father passing small.
But it's a
But
negative
how many
thing.
people do you don't know that you know their father passed?
I thought you was gonna say I saw the clip of Oprah and Gail in Oprah's kitchen making grits and breakfast, and I was just like, do I need to see this billionaire bitch in her kitchen making grits? Nigga? Like, you know, if you already feel a certain way about your life, here's Oprah and Gail in the fucking $1 billion mansion making grits.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, man.
I'd like to taste $1 million homemade grits.
I would eat grits out of Oprah's pussy, nigga.
Hell yeah. All right, so clearly, at least we're all on the same page about political correctness and wokeness. I had a question. One of the dudes that I really enjoy, as you heard when you walked in, was DMX.
Yeah.
Dope ass dude.
Yeah.
And you got to meet him.
Oh, I gotta work with him, yeah.
So I was watching some interviews and I saw that, you know, you say you got to work with him, all those things. What were some of the things that you took away from that you cherish or something that is yours?
I mean, you know, he was ridiculously authentic to his own detriment. I think people really respond to and love authenticity. And what you see is what you get. And he was who he was, front and center. But obviously, you know, he had his demons and shit. But I respect the authenticity because so many people are phony, especially being in Hollywood. You know, people smile to your face, they tell you what you want to hear, they shake your hands, they promise you this and that, and then no sooner than 5 minutes later, it's all a facade. But you know, guys like Mike Tyson, Dennis Rodman, DMX, that's honesty, man. Yeah. That's 100%. There's no what's really going on behind the curtain.
Right.
That's it. And you know, people say that about me. So I value that. But again, you know, real to your own detriment. You know, sometimes, you know, especially in Hollywood and in life, real scares people, man.
No.
Because they're not real. So 100%. That makes them look themselves in the mirror and go, why can't I be that authentic? And it might make them feel less than because they know at the end of the day, you know when you're phony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bro, this shit happens to me all the time.
Yeah, so, you know.
In fighting, the fighting world is, like I said, I listen to a lot of stuff, I hear a lot of stuff, and I always compare it to what I'm doing because this is my world. And I make all of my students watch and listen to Tyson because he's one of my favorites, but I loved his work ethic. He's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, but he's also probably the best street philosopher we have right now.
Right, 100%. Yep. But that's what I love about him is that he's honest, he's real, and he's in touch with himself. Like Dave Chappelle's mom, when he won his award, you heard him quote what she tells him. Son, you have to be a lion to be the lamb you really are, which is 1000% me. I'm a bitch. I hated fighting. I never wanted to fight. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. I cry at movies. Like, I'm just a soft-ass dude. That's just who I am inside. So respecting fighting and learning how to do it and then doing it at an elite level and being extremely good at it, now I don't care. I can wear fucking colors. I could do what I want. I don't care. I don't have to pretend because I'm confident and comfortable in my own skin. And I love that Tyson will have interviews and you see him cry and he's just so real and honest and deep, you know. So I make my boys and my students watch this because
that's why I don't believe that Tyson raped that girl, because for a dude to be that honest, I mean, you know, I'll put it like this: late great Patrice O'Neal, one of my favorite specials, his half-hour special on HBO, and he said, you know, Tyson said in an interview, I wish I really raped the bitch, her and her fucking mama, because I ended up going to jail for something that I didn't do. And he goes, whoa, that is an innocent man. Because for a dude to say rape her and her mama, that's coming from a place of, I got put in jail and served 3 years and had 3 years of my life taken for something I didn't do.
Yeah.
And then when you look at that span of time when he got out of jail, and he was just on a rage, like everything was, I want to hurt everybody, and that one particular clip with him and Lennox at the press fight, and he told the dude, I'll fuck you in your ass, white boy, I'll fuck you in front of everybody, suck my dick, and all that rage. And I get where that comes from, because when you feel like you have been done wrong, life has been unjust to you, and you're looking for fairness, and it never comes, you have a breaking point, and you just lash out, and you're angry, and you just feel destructive. And it's like Andy and I did a podcast yesterday, and we were talking with Pastor, something I've always wanted to do. And at one point, I said to myself before I did it, I said, I hope I don't go there. I hope I don't get emotional. And for the most part, I knew I wasn't going to, and I didn't up until the point I started talking about a child being killed by some sick fuck, raped, murdered, and where is God? And I got very emotional, because that for me was my Tyson moment.
Yeah.
Because of all the times in this business and in this life that I've felt taken advantage of, raped, not literally, but, you know, figuratively,
100%.
and fucked through divorce and child support, and I know I've done nothing but good things. I identify with Tyson because I'm just going, enough.
Yeah.
When the fuck is life gonna be fucking fair? And I've always said, we all know life ain't fair, but it just seems like life goes out of its way to be cruel. Like, I understand, don't be fair. I got it, we're not fair.
Yeah.
But don't go out of your way to be cruel. And life is, so I get Tyson. So I said all that just to say, you know, Mike's authenticity, I believe, is appreciated, because most people are him. Maybe not to that degree, but most people are him in terms of fucking get off of me. System, life, unfairness. Get the fuck off of me. Let me breathe for a second. So this is why you gotta love that man.
I, again, 1000% agree. He's someone I still watch to this day. I love watching his podcast.
Yeah.
He's dope. And every one of those points. How far are you from breaking, you think? Or did you pass it?
I don't know what a complete break would be, because I hopefully, God forbid I hit it, whatever kind of, I hit a rock bottom. But I've had breaking points along the way.
Yeah.
But that's why it's like, listen, man, I'm not one of them dudes where I just like, oh man, so ego. If I gotta cry, I cry, man.
Yeah, no, same.
If I gotta yell, I yell.
When I say breaking, I mean like fairness and opportunity and things like that, right?
Oh, like a break.
Yeah, like fuck. Like you've had breaks, you've been on dope shit, but
yeah.
As far as like speaking fairness and things, like I think you've been blackballed a little bit.
Yeah.
On certain things.
Yeah. Some of that might be, again, my own doing, but a lot of it isn't. But a lot of it also was my own naivete. Again, I hate to sound like I'm going back to Tyson, but this is why I love Tyson so much, because, again, my story ain't his story to that degree, but there are certain similarities. He got into boxing young age, Customato.
Yep.
The world was his, youngest heavyweight champ at 20 or 19. Mm-hmm. And he said now, hey, man, that's a lot for a kid world heavyweight champ, millions of
100%.
dollars coming from Brownsville, where, you know, women get raped in abandoned buildings and motherfuckers get killed. It's too much for a kid.
Right.
So, you know, when shit popped off for me at the age that it popped off, I'm out here naked, man. I'm like, yo, nobody in my family's ever seen $1 million. I've seen it before I'm 21. Deals, fame, women, blah, blah. And so I didn't have nobody to pull my coattail and go, hey, man, don't say that. Yo, don't do that. Yo, these white folks, be careful. And I told Andy, like, I had a dinner with Chris Rock one time because I was trying to get him to produce something. And I knew he wasn't going to do it. I could feel it. But at the end of the dinner, he was just like, hey, man, my give you some advice, 3 things. Keep writing, be as funny as you can, and most importantly, try not to piss these white folks off. And I didn't get that then. But now I'm like, they run this shit. Nigga, you gotta step right.
Yep.
You gotta step different. Not saying you shouldn't be who you are, but strategically, this is a minefield. Watch where you step.
Yep.
Wrong step, boom. So if I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would pinpoint all the things that I know I did, and I would go, don't do that, don't say that, watch out here, chill, timing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I'm where I'm at. I just got to figure out how to be the rose in the concrete. You know what I mean? Whatever Hollywood has said, door closed, window shut.
Yep.
Still can grow.
Yep.
I just got to find that crack in the seam and be that rose in the concrete. So.
Yeah. I'm waiting for a couple hour long special on Netflix. That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, everybody's waiting on that. But you know, I'm not in any rush. You know, Andy said something interesting the other day where it's like every year everybody's got to have a new special, and I'm like, you know, my man Jadakiss, y'all, I'm cooking the bird up slow for y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be the 14-hour brisket that roasts or however he smokes. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in any rush because I want to make sure that when I do come out, Mike Tyson Spinks round 1,
Yeah,
out of there. I ain't trying to go 12 rounds, nigga.
Yeah.
I want you out of there in the first round. So I'll wait. It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. I like to hear that.
Between the Laurel and Hardy team that you guys are, does he talk?
I'm just nervous as fuck for that not recording. So I definitely do.
So Kavika, so this is everyone calls him my twin. He's my roommate. He's one of my best friends. Also a business partner here.
Yep. It is recording,
This dude
right?
doesn't
Cool. Okay.
ever leave or do shit other than edit and video for
I'm
companies of what he
behind the
does.
screen all day.
Like this is what he does. So
And works on his
sneakers.
shoe game.
And shoes. Yeah.
So getting him out of the house is normally not normal. But the last 2 weeks, he's been doing more, and I'm like, hey man, I'm real proud. You've been like doing shit like la la. We hit him up last minute as a surprise. Like, hey, we're picking you up at 8:00. You're coming with us. He didn't fight. He's like, all right, because there's not a day, not a single fucking day, maybe a week. There's not a week. Couple days goes by where he's not walking downstairs quoting your shit. Like he watches your skits and shit all fucking. Hey. I'm just like, dude. Like, but he reenacts him. He'll get. I mean, it's hilarious, right? So when I told him we were going to see you, he was freaking out. And then we sat so close, and he's like, bro, because he has a slight stutter sometimes. He's like,
I just
he
get
hits
to
me up when
thinking too fast and my mouth can't keep up to formulate sentences sometimes, and it makes me nervous. Yeah, I get very nervous in general. I was like coming up in high school. High school was not for me.
Wasn't for me either.
Was not my prime.
Yeah.
It took college in my 20s, my late 20s to mature. And unfortunately, I've lost both my parents. That made me have to grow up really quick. And I was like, shit, I got to figure this shit out now. And it just made me come out of my shell a lot more. I think meeting him and the people I'm around now, I'm a way different person than when I was my young 20s.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
So
But I'm quoting that some of you bitches be down there bullshitting. You need to bite in that like it's a hot slice of pizza. Just that's my favorite joke of all time.
Oh, hilarious.
So yeah, anyway, he was super excited to go to the show, meet you, and do all that, Josh. So when I told him you were coming through, he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Bro, let's go. I mean, I need an extra camera because he has his own and I have mine." So that's
Hung this T-shirt up like it was my dress shirt. Brought my separate pair of shoes.
I love it.
And I'll just say, since you're looking over your notes, but it's nice to see authenticity. You know, what I was telling him when I got home is like, also to see that authenticness come out with your craft, and like, just you were like looking around and you're like, how can I have some fun? Oh, okay, this dude built like a propane tank. Okay, cool. Like, just the stuff you are able with your craft to hone in, like that skill set was awesome to see in person that you don't see on TV or YouTube. So to witness that in person, I was like, that's awesome. And you as well. It's like just the craft you see in person. It's inspiring for anyone who wants to do their own craft too.
Watching a chess player.
Yeah.
I've obviously been to a lot of comedy shows, a lot of his, obviously working with him, but I've been through a lot of comic shows. His live performance is not captured anywhere near on anything that's recorded.
Right.
I can't say that for everybody, and it's not a diss to anybody else. I mean, some people have really good caught on camera performances. His performances on camera are great, but it misses that, like you said, authenticity of being in the room. For whatever reason, it hasn't been caught yet. I'm not saying it couldn't be caught, but for all those people who said, "Oh yeah, I've seen him on," I'm telling you, I watch his set all the time. It changes all the time. But that room and his effect on the room is not. There's very few comedians that I see that in a live performance transferred. That doesn't always get captured on film. There's a lot of guys that do great work, but his live performance is something I wouldn't miss. If someone asked me live performance, best live performance, it's right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'd say live,
Absolutely.
watching your skits and shit, and being to a bunch of shows. Like I would agree. Shit's
Oh,
hilarious.
thanks, man. Fuck, dude. I kind of use a lot of sports analogies when talking about comedy and entertainment because I kind of feel like they're one and the same a little bit. You got a Michael Vick, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Everybody can do a set and your material's staying in the pocket. But if you can leave the pocket and scramble, and guys like, I got to give my hat to guys like D.L. Hewley and Joe Torre. I mean, two of the coldest dudes in terms of improv and being able to fuck with people in the crowd. I always tell this story about Joe Torre, Guy Torre's brother. Joe was on the show one time and some dude was talking shit and he said something about his mother. And the dude said to Joe, "Hey man, don't talk about my mother, she's dead." And Joe said, "I don't give a fuck, I'll dig the bitch up, prop her up and talk about her dead."
Damn.
Let me tell you, I have what I call a nuclear button, where it's like, yeah, you can fuck with the crowd, you can say things, and listen, at the end of the day, guys got ego, macho. So I've had situations where if you push the button right, dudes want to fight you. They want to Will Smith you. And I said, I'm only going to push this button if I absolutely have to. Like, I can fuck with a dude, but I got this one, like Joe's nuclear button was that.
Yeah.
I said to myself, because sometimes women, and they're the worst when they get drunk.
Yeah.
So if I'm dealing with a woman and her man isn't doing anything, and I'm slaying her, and now we talking about as egotistical as men are, macho, when you fuck with a dude's woman, now he got to defend the honor.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if this bitch don't shut up, I'm going to tell dude, "Hey man, control your bitch nigga. That's the nuclear button. Because not only did you disrespect his woman by calling her a bitch, then you called him a bitch.
Yeah.
So it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
And if you go, control your bitch nigga,
Yeah.
you gotta be prepared to fight. So I only push that button if I go, this bitch won't shut the fuck up. If I don't seize this moment and kill it, this is gonna get ugly.
Yeah.
It's just gonna continue. But I'll do everything I can to avoid saying that.
It's
But
like
if
that
I gotta say it,
It's like
there it is.
like the Medusa bitch at your show.
But no, she was no.
She wasn't too bad, but when someone said, what did he say? He said, "Hey man, careful, that's my mom." Before you go there, and you're like, "What? How are you gonna say that?"
Yeah, that's
just,
not it. That was nothing. That was nothing. Trust me, I've been places where it's like, yo, we the one time ever, I never was worried ever, except this one time, me and Andy were performing in Indianapolis.
Helium.
And
He already knows.
Oh yeah.
it was this dude, black dude, with like several like 4 black girls, and I fucked with his sister who happened to be gay. I didn't know she was gay, but then when she kind of, I don't know if she hinted at it or it was somehow I'd stumbled on the fact that I knew she was gay, and I fucked with her about being gay, and you could see it in her face. It looked like she was about to cry. She was devastated, and her brother was so angry that I had hurt his sister like that. He just was like looking at me the whole show with this look like, I'm gonna see you, nigga. I'm gonna see you. And I was in my mind, I'm going, he's either gonna rush the stage or he gonna try to fight me after the show.
Yeah.
And what I'm never gonna do is this.
Yeah.
You do that, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You in prison like, nigga, rape me. I'm takeable. So don't do this. But I also was going, don't throw no more gas on the fire. But don't do this either. So I had to find the in-between. So, to show the crowd I was still in control, I might throw a little joke about her. Not her. I stopped fucking with her. But I was talking about the moment. The moment became the joke. Me going to the crowd, yo, this nigga look like he gonna fuck me up. Oh shit, I don't know. So I took the onus off of her and put it on to him, which I think was the difference between me being alive and not. Even though I was reading them the whole time, and I'm just going, all right, keep going, but don't go too much. So the rest of that set, I was nervous because I just didn't know what this motherfucker was gonna do, if anything. But at the same time, I had to go, you the comedian, nigga.
Yeah.
This is your dojo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Facts.
Stand your ground, nigga. But, be easy, too. That was the only time I was a little worried.
Yeah, and nothing you said was harsh. It just, they obviously had something that they were going through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, and as a comedian, the only reason I want to say this is because I think this is fair so people understand this because of where we started. When you come to the comedy show, we have no idea what you're going through. That's on you. That's like I said when I said that you killed those babies in your head. That's on you. You brought all this baggage with you.
Yeah.
We're here just to have fun, make jokes. If you're going through something and like that and he touched it, we don't know what's going to happen next. But it's on you. We do this. This is what we do. And we do it for other people, and it hasn't caused this problem. That's you.
Yeah. I think it's got to be harder for you because you guys are on stage and you don't, like you said, if you fucking back off, now you're the bitch. Now you're just gonna get fucked. Right. Here, it's easier for me because I'm in charge. I'm in control. You know what I mean? So I can pull you aside and talk to you one-to-one. Right. Like, I have an interview tomorrow with a dude who he's like a, what do you call it?
Plastic.
Yeah, he calls himself like a plastic surgeon connoisseur. You know what I mean? Like, he's had Brazilian butt lifts and all this other crazy. His abs are fake, his pecs, his fucking jaw, like he had all kinds of crazy shit done. But he's gay and it's cool. I don't give a fuck. You want to be gay?
I can imagine how this nigga looks.
Like, if you want to be gay, do you. I don't care. If you want to be whatever. I give a fuck. But I'm not going to change how I talk. I don't do the he-she-we-she alphabet stuff. That's not my thing. That's your thing. You do you. I'm not telling you to do what I do. You do. You came here. You don't need to be here. If you want to learn how to fight and do all that stuff, I can teach you. Outside of that, so I was talking to my dudes, telling him what to do, and I could, corner of my eye, I can see him kind of get like a little squirm. And I was like, oh, I hit a button. Oh, he didn't like what I just said. Ah, fuck. Like, I don't need 1,800 people picketing outside, you know what I mean, that I'm fucking not a nice person for whatever reason. I gotta stay in business, you know? So I pulled him aside and was like, hey, man, here's how this works. MMT's a safe place for me and you. If someone ever came in here and tried to hurt you, I got your back. You can do whatever. I have family members who are gay, whatever. I give a fuck. But I'm going to talk how I talk. And that's it. And if you're okay with that, then you're welcome here, dude. And if you don't want to be here, I totally understand. But I had to be willing to lose that membership and say my piece because I don't want to change. I've been doing it too long to walk on eggshells now.
Let me ask you a question just if you knew that you were going to say something that was out and out going to hurt somebody, would you still say it or would you go, maybe I'll say it because of this one person?
I would never be cruel.
That's the thing right there. That's the answer.
I'm not a mean person.
Yeah, you're not trying to hurt anybody.
I would never intentionally say some shit unless you were trying to hurt me.
Right.
Words are first. And then based off of what I say, how you react, your body language, movement, eyes, now I know where I need to be. Right. but I'm never a mean guy. I'm not very, like I said, I'm a nice guy, but I just have a way of talking. I was raised tough.
Yeah.
Like the guy who sold me my membership, this is 20 some years ago. I was 450 pounds, sloppy, fat, no muscle, just, he's like, come on, man, you got to sign up. And I was like, man, I got to go talk to my old lady. Who wears the pants, you or her? Don't be a bitch. If you leave here, you ain't signing up. Could you imagine trying to sell someone something like that today? Hell no.
No.
Hell no. That would never work. But I signed up. 20 some years later, good career, got a business doing stuff, life's not bad,
Doing a podcast with these guys.
Yeah,
we made it.
Life could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? So, but no, I would never say anything intentionally mean to hurt anybody.
But that's the thing. If you're not doing something intentional, people should, there's meaning to things people say, and if you ain't meaning it that way, people need to slow down a little bit and get to know people, not just attack.
The cool thing with him is when I said it, he's like, no. He's like, I heard it, I peeked up, but he's like, no, I'm not offended. He's like, man, look, some people are uneasy. He's like, look, I'll tell you what. He's like, he's from the East Coast. He's like, when I go to New York, he's like, you think I fucking talk and walk like this? He's like, fuck no. He's like, I get my ass whooped. He's like, I can stand up and I can talk like this. And he didn't have that little lispy thing he was doing. I was like, wait a minute. So it's a choice. Okay, bet. But he knows how to carry himself to not be the victim and how he wants to be. He's here because he wants to be and live his life, which is why I was interested to interview him, because he's super popular on social media and all that stuff. He has that whole world, right? So I'm just interested to have another person's perspective of someone on the other side, because I am completely the opposite of that.
So do fake abs look good?
Bro,
I'm about ready to get some fake abs if they look good. I'm thinking that would be a lot easier than...
The facial reactions that I'm going to get off of this
will be great.
Is going to be so... You just scroll, bro. You go ahead. And just look. See that bitter look? He look like he just smelled doo-doo.
Dude, those are fake abs, though.
Yeah. But he works out. He works his ass off. But he goes and has everything contoured and does his thing. And he's open about it. It's not like... he doesn't hide shit.
That was my face, too.
See, his is more shocked. This
is great.
I'm shocked in two different ways right now.
Eyebrows, nigga.
I'm shocked at some of the poses, one. And the other one I'm shocked at is that those abs look really fucking good. Like,
Now that is the gayest picture I've ever seen. This nigga. The one in the pool, nigga. Oh, Jesus.
So, like I said, I'm obviously...
Oh.
But it's like a train wreck. You can't not keep looking.
Oh.
You're not turning up. I can't.
This
you can't unsee it.
Creamy, nigga. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he had that.
So, but I said, like I said, he was a nice guy. He didn't give me any grief about it. And I was like, that's
shit
dope.
As if lotion was a person.
Going back to the other part of that, though, I worked out there was a point when I was in good shape. I was in my 30s. I was in great shape. I could never get abs right like that. And then I saw that right now, and I'm like,
where can I get those?
Well, he's got a doctor to help you get them.
I might sign up for. I might go back to the gym and then sign up for some of those abs, and then get sloppy later and just have solid abs.
Did you ever fight? I know you said you're a fan of boxing and things like that.
I wasn't disciplined enough for that, man.
No.
Yeah, no, that's a whole nother discipline, dude. Yeah, I like cheese too much, nigga.
That's why I fought super heavyweight. All my friends had to cut weight.
There you go.
I walked to the stage with a bottle of water. They were pissed off.
Thanks for having us, man.
Hey, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Ladies and gents, give them a follow. I'll put their information down below. Also, do you guys have a site for your merch?
You do. That's on there.
I mean, ariesspears.com, but...
ariesspears.com.
Yeah.
We got the merch right there. He's wearing it right here.
McDonut.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys on Flip.
Spears and Steinberg.
Go subscribe.
Yes, the name of the podcast. Available on all social streaming platforms. Hit your boy up, Aries Spears, and Instagram. Talk to me. I'll send you the links. Shoot the shit with you. You know what it is.
Andy Comedy on Instagram. That's how I communicate.
Yeah. And guys, if you have a chance, look him up. Go see him live. Greatest thing you're ever
Best
gonna
show.
do. All right. We out.
Mic drop.